You want to start, Aaron?
I can't find my stuff. If anyone is listening to this podcast and has not yet seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, pause it right now and go watch it, and then come back.
There is absolutely no way you can understand anything we're saying if you have not seen this movie. Mr. Coggins!
Yes, Mr. Coggins! Hello, all you cool cats and kittens. It's Josh and Arrington with our Chitty Chitty Bang Bang podcast, first episode.
We're gonna watch Chitty Chitty Bang Bang every week for basically as long as we can, as long as humanly possible. It's very inspired by Worst Idea of All Time, but instead of a movie we've never seen and that is extremely terrible, watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which may be extremely terrible, but we've both seen and we deeply love. So
and it's an extremely amazing movie, not a terrible one.
It's 2.5 hours long. Yesterday we started watching it, and after an hour I was like, I just can't handle it, and we had to pause until today because it's a little unbearable.
Yeah, I think a good place to start is ranking every single song in it.
My least favorite song this time was Truly Scrumptious. I cannot stand those children awkwardly singing to her for 1 minute as she pretends to be enthralled with their stupid little British voices, just being like, truly scrumptious. Like, no, I hate that.
My least favorite is Hushabye Mountain, the original. I don't like it.
Well, guess what? My 13th is Hushabye Mountain.
My 13, I hated this song so much that the Hushabye reprise comes in at 13. Cancelled. Hushabye canceled.
My 12 is the Music Box song by itself. Because I think it's good, and but it doesn't hold its own to me.
My 12 is Truly Scrumptious for already talked about reasons.
My 11 is the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang reprise, because once again, it just doesn't hold up to the real song. It doesn't hit for me.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay, so my 11 is based on a history of dislike of this song, and I feel like as I continue to watch the movie, this song might rise up in the ranks some for me, but at the moment, Roses of Success is at 11.
What? So good.
As a child,
From the Ashes, come on.
I hated that song.
Why?
And that entire scene, I think the old men scared me.
My number 10 is Hushabye Mountain reprise, because I don't know why, but like that moment that Truly Scrumptious comes in, like that really
saved it for you.
Yeah, because it does like a key change just for her.
She is carrying that song on her back.
She totally is. But I also love that as soon as they're done with that song, like she turns on Caractacus so fast. Like the guy's like, that's so stupid. And she's like, yeah, it's a good dream. But it's like, you sang the song.
Yeah.
Why are you acting like you didn't sing it too?
Okay, so my number 10 is also based on childhood dislike. And let me tell you, Josh, if it weren't for you, this song would be 13 for me. But, no, I mean, it would be 14 for me. But it is now 10 because of you. And that is Lovely Lonely Man.
No!
As a child, that would be my, water break song.
I will say, I forgot that Lovely Lonely Man was a song until I rewatched it when I was 16. Now it's one of the only songs I think of when I think of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. It's not even just Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I'm jumping in with oh, what on love? My 9 is the Toot Sweet song.
My 9 is Toot Sweet song!
The thing about the songs in this movie is they're so good that for me this is very high. Because that scene is impeccable.
The choreography is what, elevates it so much more than just the words alone.
The problem with Toot Sweets is it goes way too long. They're milking the fuck out of the choreography for that song. It's after the first verse, I'm like, we're good, get to the end. And then they do the whole fucking, choir piece of them whistling.
Yeah.
Okay, my 8 is Choochie Face, an absolute bop. Killing wives, I'm down.
My 8 is U2. Someone to care for, to be there for. I You too.
Oh, I think that one's cute.
Yeah, it's great. I think I love this song, but what I love even more than this song is just the eating sequence, the machine. It's maybe my favorite part of the entire movie.
When Arrington was watching this part, all she did was comment on it the entire time. I want a Ferris wheel for my eggs.
This scene just like is hitting all of my great pleasures in life.
Okay, number 7 for me is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the theme. Because it's great, but now, for me, it's a little tired. It doesn't wow.
My number 7 is the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang reprise.
God, you have it pretty high.
I do. I think that might have been an oversight on my part now that I'm thinking about it, but I'll stick to it. I put it there.
I love that scene is just Grease. My 6 is the duet between them.
Okay, yeah.
It's so beautiful.
My number 6 is Choo Choo Face. I loved this song. I loved the scene. I loved the Baroness, the outfits.
My 5 is way higher than yours. It's Up From the Ashes. This time it was like saved for me. I was like, these old men, they're best friends.
I'm predicting now that Up From the Ashes is going to slowly slip down in the ranks for you each week. 5 is the Doll on a Music Box as an individual song.
Yeah, Truly's voice is gorgeous.
And then I'm going to go along and say my number 4, because my number 4 was the Doll on a Music Box Truly Scrumptious Duet.
I just still can't get over that we're supposed to expect that the toy maker made 2 entirely functional human beings looking dolls, and that everyone believes that. They're like, yep, these are definitely dolls. Like, what the fuck? My number 4 is U2. I love that song. When he makes them breakfast, when he makes Grandpa bring the bread after the song, and they never eat the bread, and Grandpa doesn't get to eat at all. Great song.
Great. My number 3 is the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang original song. I think that song was my number 1 as a child.
Now mine, I think you'll be very disappointed in me. But my 3rd song is Oh What a Lovely Lonely Man. Because the thing is, the song is objectively the worst song in this movie. But to me, this song is so fucking funny. And now Arrington and I, like every single time I think about this movie, I immediately go, oh, what a love!
Oh, what a lovely lonely man.
It just makes me sad because this was 100% supposed to be like her Julie Andrews Sound of Music song. Like they were like, this is going to be it. This song's going to skyrocket us. And they gave her such a terrible, incredibly slow song. There's like, when they get to the chorus and the orchestra goes up, it's still like at the slowest tempo possible. Like it always goes slower than you even think it does. Like,
yeah, it takes up half of the entire movie.
Honestly, it's terrible because even when I'm watching it, I'm like, please end this song. But somehow it's number 3. Number 2?
It's Posh for me. Posh.
Ooh. Okay, my number 2 is Old Bamboo.
So now we know each other's
they're
number.
Split. They're both incredible songs.
But we're very in sync to have them as up top like that. If Posh were longer and had more of a choreography, it might be number 1 for me. But very iconic for like the like not even special effects, the just like actual dropping of the grandfather into the ocean, like not even a green screen. Amazing.
No, you were talking about how well made this movie is. Like you can tell when the green screen happens, so you realize that everything else in the movie, other than the really obvious green screen, is 100% practical.
Yeah, like they actually have a car auto-wrapped in the ocean. Like they don't have the actors in it, but it exists as an object.
I think for me, just Posh stood out today because I was realizing, if he is in the water for that point, like the acting he exhibits there is crazy.
My number 1, Old Bamboo. Great dancing, great music. You want to get up and dance.
Yeah, what I love dearly about Old Bamboo is it really saves that super duper long carnival scene where all you see is him like fucking up a dude's haircut and then running away. And then he does this amazing song and you're like, this is why we're here. What is his name? Caractacus?
Caractacus Potts, inventor.
My favorite characters are always going to be Truly Scrumptious and the Baroness, based on looks alone.
They're just the only two women in the movie. So Arrington's like, we're in love. That's it.
and their outfits.
Arrington like, every day is like, guess what? I'm gay. Period.
They just like have that like middle-aged woman like look, very like Big Little Lies, you know.
What was your favorite goof in this movie? Because there are all these little goofs that show up that are incredible.
I think I know who our favorites are.
Okay, who's your favorite?
The Spies.
Oh, the Spies were great this week.
They are my goof of the week.
But I think my favorite, they do come out looking like AirPods in those tubes. And when they're like, let's be English, and they come out and they're doing the little.
Oh,
Remarkable weather we are having for the time of the year. Do you not think so, Casper? Indubitably better.
My favorite goof this week was the knight in the castle when he's like trying to pick up something, he wants to put it back, and he just goes here, and the knight grabs it.
No one's gonna know the scene you're referring to.
It's so good.
Here.
What I love, number one, about this movie is that the intro is incredibly long and no one gives a shit about the intro. Like, why do we need to learn about Chitty Bang Bang?
We need 2 hours of this racetrack.
I still can't get over that Dick Van Dyke is just American, because they were like, we saw Mary Poppins, please don't do an English accent again, please.
Yeah.
Do you remember that very, very mean man at the beginning, the junk man?
Yes. What a bastard. He's the worst character. He's worse than like the Baron, he's worse than the child catcher.
He straight up like goes up to 2 children who are like, please let us play in this car, and he's like, I'm gonna crush this car in front of you, you fucking children. The guy at the beginning.
The guy who owns the car, yeah.
Yeah, you said he was your favorite character, and I can't remember his name. That's the problem. The movie's so long, you just forget. It's Mr. Coggins.
Yes, Mr. Coggins.
I love Mr. Coggins, but I also love later when they're like, Mr. Coggins is a penny pincher, and he would never get anything. And it's like we go from being like, oh, what a sweet man, to being like, fuck this dude in 2 seconds.
They really like destroyed his character in a way that like he did not deserve.
Also, do you remember when randomly Mr. Potts like is talking to Truly about the car, and he's like, if women are going to drive, they should learn how to operate a motor vehicle.
Sexism? We love it.
Yeah.
Someone to share. Whenever you're... Oh, name please? Whistling Sweets. Mr. Whistling... Oh, no, that's the name of the candy.
Name. Whistling Sweets. Mr. Whistling Sweets. No, Mr. Whistling Sweets. No, I'm, Potts.
The joke is that Caractacus thinks he's asking about the name of the sweet. But really, he's asking for the name for the appointment book.
The moment when they're talking about like their treasures or whatever, and they're trying to give it to him to sell, and they're supposed to be really cute, and Jeremy is like acting his fucking heart out. Like this kid is like,
he's trying to get his Oscar. Like, I have this strong memory as a kid of being like, those treasures are like, they disgust me.
My favorite line is in this portion when they're all so bored and waiting for the car, and we just see a great shot of Grandpa sitting with the kids, going, "The big brown bear came lolloping over the mountain." We're talking about it's X, and then he says Shrek. No, not the. Come on.
Eggs and then eggs and bacon. Eggs and what's now?
Jawohl.
This is X speaking.
Schmecks?
No, X.
Lex?
X as in eggs and bacon. Eggs and bacon.
I just feel like also I was like thinking about it, and I just feel like this movie is kind of pulling a Wizard of Oz. And I feel like, we got the driver of Mr. Scrumptious who kind of looks like the spy when he's dressed up. And then Mr. Scrumptious, I think, could kind of be a baronish figure. Let's talk about how anti-Semitic this film is.
Yeah.
Because for a movie that Arrington and I have a deep love for, it is fucking awful.
Yeah.
This is based on a book by Ian Fleming, who wrote the James Bond series also. And in the book, there is no child catcher. Like, he doesn't exist. But in the movie, they Roald Dahl, because he's super anti-Semitic, wrote in the child catcher who has a big nose, dresses like an Orthodox Jewish person, but kind of fucked up. And and it literally plays into like imagery that Nazi Germany put out about how Jewish people eat children, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then also this film only talks to Aryan children.
All the children have like brown hair, and then he goes up to the little blonde boy.
It's the only kid.
And sings "Hushed by Mountain" to him.
This movie has it's just so bad.
It's almost as if Hollywood is both very pro like America, World War II, while also being like anti-minorities and anti-Semitic.
The airline for Bulgaria is called Vulg Air.
Amazing. Amazing.
So good.
Yeah, I think that the best pairing in this movie is the Baroness and Truly. I think that they could be a lesbian power couple that rules over Bulgaria.
Okay, the toy maker, number one, he never gets a name. Literally, they're
Toy
like,
maker. Hello, toy maker.
He just straight up looks like Grady from Sunny with a Chance if he had a mustache and was older. And it's just like, it just gets me.
I love how you act like Sunny with a Chance is relevant to society too.
Grady from Sunny with a Chance is my icon. You don't love socks with sandals?
I feel like Disney and Nickelodeon love making humorous chubby boy characters. Gibby, the filming, well done. Well done.
Well done. Do you have any closing thoughts?
I don't know. I guess maybe I'd say that my least favorite is the Hushed by Mountain scenes, just because, like, on principle.
I think my least favorite part this time is when the child catcher is, like, going away with this, like, robe on or whatever, and then the children chase after him. And for some reason, I really hate when the people come out and go, "Children!" and there's, like, a weird zoom on each of them. And whereas before, they didn't give a shit about the children.
My closing remark would be that the Baroness could step on my face.
I think my closing remark is I always wanted to be the kids that put cuffs on all of the people at the party. And I think that was revived a little bit today. And I really enjoyed feeling that way once again. You're my little choochie face.
And you're my teddy bear.
Again, where
Oh, Gucci, Woochie, Choochie, Coochie, Pear.